Did you know that websites that have a blog actually have 55% more traffic coming to them than websites that don't? Surprising, right? I didn't know this crazy statistic, but it's amazing and impressive. And having a blog on your site is so easy to do. Blogging can be a game changer for your business because it's not just about sharing your thoughts. It's really a powerful tool for growing your website and growing your audience. And that's what I do. I help entrepreneurs like you elevate your brand and online presence to connect with your dream clients confidently and quickly, and ultimately make more money in your business. And writing articles in the form of a blog on your website is going to help you do that. So let's dive into how to get started. First things first, you have to understand who you're talking to. Who's this blog for? Think about it. You wouldn't go about selling a product or service without knowing who you're selling it to, right? You have to know this ahead of time. So who is your audience? Who's going to be reading the blog? You have to know this first so that you know what kind of content you're going to create in order to reach them. Not only do you need to know their demographics and their behaviors and their interests, but you really need to have a good grasp on what their pain points are. You need to know what they are looking for when they go online and go to Google. What are they searching into Google's search bar? What are they looking for? Having a list of problems that they are going in search of solutions for is really going to be key in helping you create the right content for your blog. And we'll get into this a little bit more in just a bit. Once you know who you'll be writing for, it's a really good idea to create a content plan or a schedule of when you're going to post and what you're going to post in order to make it happen. You can create your content calendar based on content pillars or maybe a launch schedule. So if you have different products or services that you promote different times of the year, your content could be created to launch those items. Your content pillars are your main themes or topics that you talk about. So if you're a fitness business, for example, you might talk about nutrition, your workouts, and mental health. If you want to strategically use your blog to promote what you're selling or promoting in your business, then you can use your launch calendar to plan out your content calendar. For example, if I have a live event coming up, like a live webinar, let's say, I plan my content calendar accordingly so that the 4 weeks before that live event, I'm creating content on my blog that is going to help lead people to go sign up for that live event. I love using a simple spreadsheet to keep track of my content plan. This is Airtable, and you can see that I promote one of my offers each month and plan out 4 topics that will help drive my readers to that specific offer. Now, I haven't always been this organized, so if you're just starting out and you're feeling overwhelmed by this idea of using a launch calendar, just start out with your content pillars, the main 4 to 5 topics that you talk about, and start creating posts based on those topics. Then when you have your trusty content planner set up and ready to go, the next thing to do is start writing your posts. You want your articles to be really engaging and easy to understand and easy to read. You want to give your readers something that they can take away so that they're interested in coming back for more. So let's start with your title, because your title is what's going to actually grab attention and then let someone know if they want to read this article or not. So it's really got to be good. You can use numbers, you can use questions, or really strong adjectives to help grab attention. For example, 10 secrets to boost your website traffic is much more enticing than just saying how to increase your website traffic. Once they're interested and they're reading, you have to make that first paragraph really interesting to get them hooked. So start with a story or an interesting fact or maybe a question. Then as you lay out your key teaching points, you want to make it really easy to read and engaging. So don't use long lengths of text. Instead, break it up into smaller digestible chunks. You can do things like add subheads or bullet points to break it up and let people kind of skim and know where they want to land as they're reading down the page. You can make your blog post even more engaging by including storytelling. So either personal anecdotes or case studies to help illustrate your point. People love stories stories because they're relatable and memorable and ultimately make your content more impactful. One of the best benefits of blogging is SEO, as I mentioned earlier. So let's talk about it. Search engine optimization is really all about creating content that makes your website more discoverable so that when people go in search of specific keywords, your content shows up. So start by doing some keyword research. It really can be fun once you dig into trying to figure out what keywords have a high search volume but low competition. I love using Ubersuggest or Google's keyword planner to help do this. Once you've found some keywords to go after, you can include them in your title and in your subheads and then throughout the content of the blog. Just be sure that you're not throwing the keyword all over the page without it making sense, because that will lower your ranking. It needs to be used naturally. And don't forget that you also have the opportunity to set up exactly what your on-page SEO elements look like. This is your meta description and the way that your blog post is going to appear in Google's search engine results. So when someone types in what they're searching for, if your blog shows up, you can say what the title looks like and what the description is. So you want to make sure that it is enticing so that people click on your article among all the others. Creating the blog post and creating this content is really just the first step. So don't stop there. So many people do, but don't. Why would you? You've created this content. It's taken you a lot of time and effort. So now you have to go tell people about it. You can share it on social media. You can take pieces of your content and create multiple posts on social media. You can take the entire topic and create a podcast on it or a YouTube video like this one, for example. And don't forget about your email list. Your email list is full of people who have raised their hand wanting to hear from you. So go and tell them about your new blog post and help get them over there to read it. Now you might be thinking, all of this sounds great, Alli, and I am so ready to set up a blog, but there's just one problem. Your website, right? Maybe you don't have a blog yet, or maybe your site was created without a plan as to what to do with all the traffic that your blog is going to generate. How is it going to turn them into paying clients? No worries, that's exactly why I've created my free conversion-driven website planner. Inside of this free resource, you're going to learn step by step how to plan a website that takes your visitors and gets them to take the action that you want them to take on your website, whether that's book a call or click that buy now button. Head over to dowelldesignstudio.com/plan to get it.